Hello everybody, welcome back to my playthrough of Wild Arms 2, and in this video, finally going to put that hovercraft to use. Yes, located west of Maria, and right by the Sword Cathedral, and also during a test run, there is an enemy you can run into on this beach that I didn't do earlier, so I'm going to run around to find it. And there it is, the Gamora Toad. Yeah, at this point, this should be easy to take out. It's nothing special. I mean, I could have fought it earlier when I was with just Ashley, or with Ashley and Lilga, or with Ashley and the group. Yeah, Gilgalad has helped link the map scope to the Hovercraft onboard terminal. High-altitude satellite images can now be displayed on the map scope. Now you can see all of Gaia on the monitor, instead of just the surrounding area. To move the hovercraft forward, press the up directional button or the X button. To rotate, press the left or right directional buttons or the L1, R1 buttons. And yeah, at the time of recording, Resident Evil Requiem just updated with Leon Must Die mode. Ashley's party can board and disembark only at the shore, so only on the beaches. To disembark from the hovercraft, touch the shore and press the circle button. To board the hovercraft, touch it and press the X button. Alright, so if I remember right, the first habit should be around here somewhere, and also you can run into monsters at sea. Alright. And here we got tablet number 1. I would not recommend getting off at the shore here. There's a grindle and it can hit really hard at this point in the game. Now I want to sail north. Because around here somewhere should be the second. Alright, it should be around here. Yeah, there's tablet number 2, and we just need one more. Oh, I should have taken that battle. I mean, the guy I'm looking at lists one new enemy, and it's not... And the one I run into in test run isn't the one listed in the guide. Alright, now we can get the third one. There's tablet number 3. All done, now recovered. Contact Irving for our next instructions. Yeah, I think before we contact Irving... it won't let us land until we actually make the call. This is Ashley. All data tablets recovered. Requesting further orders. Good job. Now return to Maribelay Castle immediately. Alright. So, before I do that, there should be a... Yeah, there's an optional dungeon here, and also there's a new enemy here I can fight, so... Yeah, let's run around until I find it. And it's lycanthrope. Yeah, they have werewolves in this game. I think they're easy to handle. They don't have any weaknesses that I know of. And you can steal big berries from them. Yeah, nothing real much to worry about. Now let's go inside. The Thunder Lion cage. Alright, there's a treasure chest there, but I can't reach it yet. Well, can't reach it from there, but... from the top of these stairs, I can... and it's an album coupon. Yeah, that's gonna come in handy, so... here's a bunch of healing crystals, and a large one. I don't need those yet. So for now, just run up these stairs. And, well, get this first lever dropped. I mean, I could use Puka to get that treasure, but I'll hold off on it for now. There is one new enemy I can run into here. And there it is, the Thunder Drake. Yeah, let's have... I might as well have Brad try and steal, but... yeah, I want Tim to use Water Gun. Thunder Drake is weak to water, and... yeah, it can counterattack. It has enough HP to survive one physical hit. Again, it's weak to water. Yeah, and luckily in my test run, Thunder Drake only seems to appear by itself. Yeah, let's continue on. This time to the left side. Alright, now that that's fully lifted up. Alright, what I want to do now is have Ashley drop I mean, I could have gone back and done this from the beginning, but I want to get what's in here now. I'm Noah Shax. No, wait, I'm Noah Shax, the Guardian of Lightning. To make someone so frail work, our demands are cruel. Oh, so, are they acknowledging that what they're doing to Tim is wrong? And I get Noah Shax. Oh well, I'll ignore my pains for this beautiful golden mane. Watch until your heart's content. Well, okay then. Well, it's time to equip Noah Shax on the Tim. His special attack is aim, which is a more accurate physical attack. His big thing is speed and parrying percentage. But also there are two new... it also means there's two new Guardian lores to learn. Lightning and Plasma Tap. It's going to take 10 kills for Tim to get Lightning and 20 for Plasma Tap. So this might take a while. But at least I got the trophy for the Guardian lore, so I don't have to show it on screen. And I just realized putting Noah Shax on... well, putting Noah Shax onto Tim has made him faster than Brad. Yeah. Alright, and in here we get a crest. But here we got unclosed by magic, so let's put that duplicate I found some time ago to use. And I get a crest cap. Those are gonna come in handy. Yeah, let's get out of here. There's really nothing here. Just gotta be careful managing my way around this room because you can fall off into the water. I guess while I'm here, I might as well top off my health. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's an emblem there that I need to come back for later. But since I didn't run into any enemies in the inland sea, I might as well head back to Mary Belay by Hovercraft until I do. At least try to get one to pop in. Which it didn't. Sometimes you can't get the battles you want to get into. Oh well. That just means I save a teleport gem. Yeah. Now we're wanting in Mary Belay. So let's hand over those tablets. We now have all 3 data tablets. Now we can get the information from them. How can we get the information from them? The tablet's protective encryption is very difficult to break. So Vinsfeld has them well protected, and we don't have a master hacker. I want to take them to the CLJ region for analysis. Loka? Why did you panic upon hearing where we're going next? CLJ technology will be able to open the... CLJ technology will be able to open the tablets. I kind of switched voices there. The problem is getting to CLJ. We can't take Valeria Chateau because there are no landing pads. So they haven't opened themselves up to you yet. Yes, and there are no overland or sea routes to CLJ. So they're closed off. Wait, Loka, aren't you from CLJ originally? Yeah. I came here using a teleport gem. Didn't quite work though. Yeah, she has bad luck. Can't we analyze the tablet some other way without going to CLJ? Why do you not want to go to CLJ, Lilka? Wait a moment. Somewhere near Damson City is a tunnel for transporting coal to CLJ, isn't there? Go to Damson City and ask the miners there. They speak brusquely, but deep down they are warm-hearted. I'm sure they will help you. Well, let's go looking for the tunnel, shall we? Yikes! Loka is avoiding something there. I give you a new mission. Arms. Make haste to Damson City and from there to the CLJ region. Can get any information on the Odessa you can from the tablets. I'm counting on you. Alright, so now that we got our new mission, could use a teleport gem to Damson City, or we can use the hovercraft to travel there. And because of that battle, I just realized my luck stats changed. Well, got healing, I didn't think... Oh wait, that wasn't the luck stats changing. That was the healing crystals, and Brad's luck's now at the best. But yeah, you can actually sail south to this beach and reach Damson City from there. So I'm gonna look for this enemy I encountered on the sea, and I'll cut to when I find it. And I had to sail pretty far out to find it, but it's here, the Bower. Alright, I'm gonna try... Well, I don't have any electric attacks to use on it yet, except for Lilka's Spark. So I'm gonna try Rock Bolt. Oh! Tim is faster than Ashley now. But yeah, that's the enemy I can... Well, the one enemy I could find out in the ocean. So might as well head back to where I can get off the beach to Damson City. I mean, you could use a teleport gem, but I figured since the distance isn't that far, that it... that wouldn't matter much. And since I'm here, I might as well... Ugh, this guy's in the way. Out of my way, dude. Of course, Mount Chugchug has purposes other than just mining Impifite, you know. Two, in fact. First, there are facilities to land flying machines there. Second, it's got an entrance to a tunnel leading to the CLJ region. If only he weren't in my way, I could... Yeah, so instead I'll go to the Gunner's Heaven. Yeah, I think who I'm supposed to talk to is this guy. To get to the CLJ region from here, Mount Chugchug's underground tunnel is the best bet. The King of Maribelay really said that? He really did? Mount Chugchug is dead now, so we all thought that the king had abandoned us. So he still remembers us. I'm glad we can be of use again, especially like this. You Damson City miners will do anything to help you. We'll fight together. First, we'll have to free the tunnel. Bring this. It's proof that the King of Maribelay that I'm the top man at Mount Chugchug. And we get the boss symbol. Yeah, that's going to be our way to the other side of Mount Chugchug, and if only these NPCs would stay on my way. Alright, now you're out of my way. Yeah, so I think for now, I'll use the crest on Dispel. And that's because Reflect costs 65 FP. And I think I'll use the second one on Reflect just because of how much it costs. Yeah, let's leave Damson City and... Well, could head to Mount Chugchug now, but before that, I want to go to the odd headquarters. Yeah. Alright. Hey, what is it? You guys have an album coupon? Okay, here's the deal. I'll change this for an album where you can see monster cards anywhere. The menu will now say album. Select it, then pick the card you want to see. Convenient, huh? And I get the trophy for card enthusiasts for acquiring the monster album. Yeah, it's now on our menu, so we can look at monster cards anytime. Yeah, there's Alfeo, Sweet the Earth. There's Antinora. Remind you can steal the mini carrot. Our first encounter with Ard. Yeah, the assassin bug where I learned about revived fruits and how easy they are to steal from them. Alright, Blastodon, of course, has a war respite. Unfortunately for bosses with multiple parts, it does not tell you what you can steal from its parts. That I had to discover through trial and error. Alright, the Berserker with the Heelberry, Bone Drake, which I missed out on in my test run earlier. Alright, there's the Bower. It is weak to lightning, and you can steal Heelberries from it. Alright, the Cockatrice earlier. Dockley, who drop revive fruits and have damage to all elements. Alright, of course, the critter with the big berries. Dwergar. Alright, the fairy lights are weak to dark and have big berries. There's Elabart with its rock weakness. Galeon is weak to ice, so yeah. Of course, remember, these are the ones that have a lot of experience. So I feel like early metal slimes are dead. Gargoyles drop mini carrots. That's interesting. Gehenna Narrows, weak to everything. Alright, giant crabs. Of course, they can still be big berries. Ghouls. Alright, there's the Gamora Toad. Alright, that's the Lily Pad. Shudeco, who I stole the bullet load from. Jelly Blobs from earlier. The Leprechaun is from inside the Agwal Mineshaft. Alright, that's Liz. Mantraps. Lycanthropes. Alright, the Myconids. There's Owlbear and Odessa Man. Every time, oh, you can still revive fruits from them if only they were more common. Pass the chat is more common. And of course, there are 2 fights with Ptolomea, including one where I stored the respite. And of course, rat monkeys with their tiny flower steals. That rare Rafflesia, Shrieker, alright, Tabanga, Squirm, and Spudhead. Ooh. Of course, both are trash fights so far. Alright, there's Trask. Yeah, water's the only thing that hurts it. Of course, Undines with its fire and lightning weakness. Majesta with its wind weakness. Of course, the white is weak to light. And of course, Water Leaper weak to ice. Yeah, that album's gonna come in handy. Especially during test runs when I can just look up a weakness instead of having to use Analyze. Alright, so I'm gonna call it an episode here, and well, for the next episode, we're gonna make our way through Mount Chug Chug. I just want to spend time in this episode I want to finish off mastering Lightning and Plasma Trap for Tim, and while I do that, I can farm for some more tiny flowers from those rat monkeys. So, until next time, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. So remember to stay safe, try to be kind to each other, and, well, thank you, everyone.